Just because there is this fashionable taboo among the political class and the corporate news media against mentioning the economic reasons for war, don't mean we should obey it. And so I should therefore like to offer you my Eurodollar theory for the war in Iraq. I'm not saying this is the reason for the invasion, I'm saying it's a reason. Clearly part of a nexus of multiple weakly acting causal pathways. That's my new catchphrase. To understand the reasons for the invasion, you've got to go back to a 1971 OPEC meeting at which the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries did decree that from this day forth, wheresoever a barrel of oil is bought or sold anywhere in the world, it may only be bought or sold in US dollars. Mexico selling oil to China, US dollars. Holland trading oil futures into Morocco, US dollars, even though the more natural currency for that particular transaction would, of course, be hashish. This 1971 agreement gives the Federal Reserve a license to print money, because everybody has got to buy dollars to buy oil. It's how come the US can be the #1 debtor nation in the world today, and it don't matter. Because since 1971, the US dollar has been a magic checkbook. Imagine you are maxed out way past your overdraft limit at every branch of every bank in the world, have been for the last 34 years, and it didn't matter. Everybody still took your checks, and best of all, they never came back to the bank. A magic checkbook. By way of analogy, the only other example I can think of from real life of an actually existing magic checkbook would be from the last years of the life of Salvador Dali, when he never had to pay for anything, only had to pretend to pay thanks to his magic checkbook. What would happen in his last years, and this is absolutely true, in his final decade, Salvador Dali used to walk into the finest restaurants in Andalusia and Catalonia and sit at a great big long table with all his acolytes, and they'd order all the very finest, most expensive items from the menu. Caviar, quail's eggs, brandy, armagnac, cognac, if indeed those are not all the same thing. Arctic roll. Lobsters, langoustine, champagne, cigars. End of the evening, the owner would say, Signor Dali, the bill.
Signor Dali, your bill.
And Dali would take the bill, 8 billion pesetas, no pressure. He'd get out his magic checkbook. Right, 8 billion pesetas, sign it, date it, but just before he handed the check back to the owner, he'd flip it over, and on the reverse, Dali used to do a drawing, sign it, and then hand it to the owner.
Signor Dali, you do me a great honor. A signed original from the maestro? I will never cash this check.
I will frame it and mount it here on the wall of my restaurant, and everyone who comes in will know that the great Salvador Dali. Of course, next morning the restaurateur is on eBay. For sale, one signed Salvador Dali. Well, that's okay too, because those checks are going around the world, never returning to Banco Santander. Imagine, however, as is long overdue incidentally, an influential caucus of art critics led by Brian Sewell and Robert Hughes were to walk into an art gallery one day, walk up to some Salvador Dali paintings, look at them, look at each other and go, Salvador Dali, he's not very good though, is he? Because he's not. Him call himself a surrealist, but he misses the authentic note of dreams every time. Which is that among the rich and strange there must always be the humdrum and the everyday, yes, the dripping watch, yes, the giant egg thing. But between them all, I contend there must always be Björk, getting off a number 73 bus saying,
Look, Robert, I have found the Prince Buster record you've been looking for. But oh no, the vinyl is made of custard. What shall we do? Quick, we must have sexual intercourse to make it solid again.
After this critical pronunciamento, the value of signed Dali originals collapses on eBay. All across Andalusia and Catalonia, restaurateurs say, take it down, Dali, 8 billion pesetas. And from all over Spain, All these checks start flocking back to Banco Santander, and Dali don't have funds to cover them because he spent all the money on giant mechanical herons.